Hey, what's up YouTubers, Lee John Blackmore here at Super Easy Guitar. So this week we're doing Status Quo's Whatever You Want, and you might notice it's one of the first times that I've not played it and sung it at the same time, and that's because I've been under the weather, so I've just learnt it now for you guys, and you know, to play it and sing it is a bit difficult without practice, okay? So without further ado, let's zoom in and get straight into it. So the hardest part about this song is probably the intro. Now, I'm kind of guessing it, so it's not going to be absolutely perfect to the record. The one thing you have to do is drop D. So that's normal E tuning, and we're just going to drop the bottom E down to D. Sorry. And you see what I did there? I just kept on going between the bottom E string and the D string. I go a bit lower, then bring it back up, or just use a guitar tune or whatever, okay? So this is drop D tuning, and that's what they did as well. So we've got this little intro here. So it's something like that, right? And what we're doing, we're putting the pinky on the 3rd fret on the top E and the first finger on the 1st fret on the B string, okay, the 2nd string. And what I'm doing, I'm strumming from the G string, the 3rd, the 2nd and the 1st. Okay, so that's our first little bit. Then it's just a 1, 2, 3, okay, E, B, G. So strum. Then it slightly changes. Then we go E, G, so that's the 1st and 3rd. And we do this, that's a hammer on pull off. So what I do, I pluck the B string with the finger off and hammer on pull off. Okay, so let me just play that bit slow for you. And again, even slower. Then we're going to hit the D string, then the top E, then the G, then the A, and so strumming the top 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, hammer on pull off, then hit the D string and the top E, so it's the 4th and the 1st, then the G string, then the A string, and form a D chord, and then bottom E, and then what we're going to do with the bottom E, we're going to do this 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll try and do that nice and slow in time, alright, so. So you see what happens there. So he goes back to the D and plays 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then a D sus4, so you're putting the pinky on top E string. That goes once and then goes back. Then what we do, we kind of push, we really quickly go back to that first position again. So after we fit in that bottom E, which is now a D, we play our D shape, and the picking goes like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Then the pinky goes on the 3rd fret on the top E. 1, 2, 3. And it comes back off. 1, 2. So if I do that all together. And then what we do really quickly, we go back to that first shape and strum it again. So we do exactly the same little riff as we did the first time around. Okay, let's go from the top really slowly, right? Hit the D again. So it repeats, that same thing repeats. But this time, when you get to that D and you've removed the pinky and you've gone 1, 2, the third finger comes over to the 3rd fret on the A string, and from the B string, plucking 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, and then my first finger goes to the 2nd fret on the A string, 2, 3, 5 again, and then he's got this. Yeah, it's actually, I plucked that, but it's actually a pull off. So you see, I leave my 3rd finger on that D string. I'll go back through this slowly in a second. So my 3rd finger goes onto the bottom E string, now D, the 3rd fret, and I pull off down to the 2nd and pull off open. Finish it with the D. So that's why I leave my 3rd finger there. Right, so we're into this next section. So all I'm doing there is like palm muting, and you kind of got this shuffle groove coming in, dun 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 dun. They're all downstrokes, and all I've got is my 3rd finger there on the G string on the on the G string at the 5th fret, okay? Now on the record, this goes like 8 times, right? 1, 2, and that's how you count it, okay? So that goes 8 times. I think in the intro I just did it 4 times, okay? Now, obviously there's 2 guitars. I've kind of picked a couple of positions that sound cool, that give you a few different options, okay? So what I'm doing there, I'm just covering the top 2 strings with my 1st finger at the 3rd fret, and my 2nd finger is on the G string at the 4th fret. And I'm doing an up-down stroke. And then I'm going to a D. Up, down, up, D. So the up, down, up, D. There's kind of no fingers there. But then what you can do, if you don't want to keep doing that position, what you can do is the D sus4. Up, down, 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 up, Okay, so let's just go back. Sorry. And to get that sound, I'm kind of squeezing. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So you get this staccato, these short notes. If I leave my fingers down, there's more of a swing to it. That's what we call legato, okay? Long notes. But you kind of want da 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 da, okay? And you'll hear this D string ringing out. That's okay as well. If you find this awkward, this chord here, okay, you can just start off on a sus4. And you wonder what my thumb's doing here is actually, it's just a muting position. It doesn't matter. Okay, so don't worry too much about that. Now this is where you got to know the record. Da 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 da. Up down up down 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 up down up down 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 up down up down up down up down up down up down down down. All right, so it's kind of just playing whatever you want, whatever you want, whatever you like. Okay. Well, whatever you say you pay your money, you take your choice. Now, I do like the little bass line here. Now, that's not what they do originally, but I'll show you what I was doing anyway. So what I'm doing, I'm just covering the bottom 3 or the bottom 2 strings with my 3rd finger at the 4th fret. I'm doing an up, down, down, and moving it to the 5th. So 4, 5. Then I'm moving to this kind of, this power chord shuffle position, all right? I've done a whole lesson on how to do the blues shuffle, okay? So check it out. And all I'm doing is putting my 1st finger in the 2nd fret on the D string. And I'm just concentrating on the A and D string. I don't want to pluck any of the others. And this is what we call a pedal, and the pedal is going down in the 4th fret. Kind of like Johnny B. Good, right? Okay. However you want to strum it, okay? Then I'm doing that position there, and all I'm doing, down, up, on, off, down, up, on, off, and then putting it back on to the 4th fret, sliding it to the 7th, and then putting my 2nd finger on the 6th on the G string, and then just hitting those 2 or 3 notes. You can hit the A string, the D, and the G. Okay. So it just goes straight back into that D. So the way they do it on the record is slightly different, but I'll show you how to do it anyway. So da 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 da. Okay, you got this bit. And then he goes. So what that was there, I'm using my 3rd finger at the 4th fret, sliding it to the 5th, and then 2nd finger back down to the 4th, and then doing that power chord. Then I'm following it with a 5, 4, 2. Okay, so if I do it slow. So the same thing happens at the end. So that's kind of cool, right? So you see why I didn't play it in the beginning, because it's quite a fiddly little lick, but by all means practice it. Notice I hit the A string and the D string together. And then we're back into the verse. So that just repeats through. And then we come to, I'm just scrolling through the lyrics here to help me. And, you know, I just Googled, you know, status quo, whatever you want lyrics, and they seem to be pretty good, pretty correct. So, and then we're into like the chorus. I could take you home on the midnight train. So I've mixed this up a bit. Instead of playing it in power chords, you can do it there in power chords if you want on the bottom string. But I'm doing F, down, down, up, down, and C, down, up, down, and D. Okay, but what I do with the D, I go 1, 2, 3, D, 1, 2, 3. That's F up there, so I'm sliding that D shape. 1, 2, 3, D, 1, 2, 3, F, 5th fret, because it goes D, D sharp, E, F. All right. Let me take you through that again, if I can talk. So I could take you home on the midnight train. I could make you an offer you can't refuse. So the second part of the chorus, F, I could make you an offer you can't. So it's like F, and then it goes over to C, and then you drop down to the B, you know, so it's C, and then this note C on the A string, on the 5th string, goes down 1 fret to the 2nd fret. And then you go up here. And that's just an E power chord up there. So that's going to be on the A string, 7 on the A, 9 on the D, 9 on the G, and 9 on the B if you can play it. And that's straight down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, let's do that slowly. I could make you, if I get the words right, I could take you home on the midnight train. I could make you an offer you can't refuse. Then he's got this kind of now that's just like that thing I was doing at the beginning, 2 fingers on the top E, and I'm kind of, yeah, the 3rd fret, and then the 2nd finger at the 4th fret on the G. So you got that chord, but I'm sliding it up so my 1st finger lands in the 5th fret. Then it goes down, back down to the 3rd, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and back down, okay? 1, 2, 3, and down. Down, up, 3. Then back to that D. Now, I don't do the solo because that's, you know, on the electric guitar, but the chords are really easy. It's just F, and I think it goes to F to G, I think. He plays on the power chords, okay? So yeah, check that out because I'm not going to cover it in this lesson, but it's really, really easy chord, especially if you're playing with someone, okay? So you have pretty much all the parts there. Now, like I said, there's different ways of playing it. I kind of just, this is my interpretation on the acoustic guitar. By all means, mix it up. Try different things out, find what's easy for you, find what works for you, okay? Have fun with it, guys. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. Please don't forget, hit that subscribe button. There's some links below for t-shirts, a Spotify playlist, Instagram and Facebook, by all means send me a message and I'll do my very best to get back to you. Enjoy, guys, and I'll see you again the same time next week.